Hello, my name is Christopher, and today I'm going to show you how to install Uptime Kuma on CasaOS using BigBearCasaOS, which is a third-party app store. So, a little bit about this series, I'm going over home labs, or installing things, getting things set up, everything like that. So if you're interested in that, subscribe, comment, like, and support the channel, and let's get started. I wanted to let y'all know about the Big Bear community. We just launched a community on community.bigbeartechworld.com. It's based on discourse, so go on there, join it, and say hi. So, let's get back to your registered programming. So, Uptime Kuma is a fancy self-hosted monitoring tool. It's got a really great UI to it. You can have it look over all of your servers that you have running. You can monitor the uptime. It's got fancy UI and fast and UI and UX notifications from these different 90 plus notification services, 20-second intervals on checking, multi-languages, multiple status pages, map status pages, specific domains, ping charts, certificate info, proxy support, and two-factor authentication support. So that's what we'll be installing today. So BigBearCasaOS is a third-party app store that's maintained by Big Bear Tech World and the Big Bear community. You can suggest app store suggestions here, and you can stay updated with the app changes. You can see all the apps that are currently supported. I did make a video to how to install BigBearCasaOS on CasaOS, but I'm going to go over that in this video as well. And you will need CasaOS version 0.4.4 or newer to install custom app stores. So that's a little bit about BigBearCasaOS. So now we're going to start on BigBearCasaOS again. We're going to scroll down to App Store URL, and then we're going to copy the URL, and then we'll go over to our CasaOS and get the App Store set up. So now I'm going to start on CasaOS. I'm going to go to App Store and then add source over here. I'm going to paste in the URL that we copied, and then I'm going to add. Now we have 130 apps available. So you can refresh the page, go back into the App Store, go to the categories, BigBearCasaOS, and then now you see all the apps that are supplied by BigBearCasaOS. So now I'm going to start on BigBearCasaOS. I'm going to go in Apps, and then I'm going to scroll all the way down to Uptime Kuma, and then I'm going to go in the Docker Compose. So the CasaOS app name is Big Bear Uptime Kuma. And then I'm going to set some services, and then the service underneath the service is called app. And then the image is coming off Docker Hub because there's no year before this. And this is the Docker image right here. And then this is the Docker image tag is 1. Container name is going to be Uptime Kuma. The volume is set on the left is the host, and then the right is the container. So data, app data, dynamic variable, which is coming from the name up here. And then data, so the host, and then on the right is app data on the container. Now port mapping is set to 3001 on the host and 3001 on the container. The host can be changed if this does collide with another port on your host. It's set to restart always, so that means that if you stop it or any other reason, it'll always restart. Now the CasaOS information to explain the volumes and ports. And this is to explain the App Store. So the architectures that are supported on the Docker image. The main is set to the service up here, app. And then a description, the tagline, the developer of Uptime Kuma, the author of the Docker Compose, the icon, the thumbnail, the title, the category. So you can easily find all the apps in BigBearCasaOS. And then port map is 3001, and that rhymes with the host up here, 3001. So the UI will be set to 3001. So that's a little bit about Uptime Kuma on BigBearCasaOS. So I wanted to let you know about the Big Bear Club. You can join it, and it greatly supports this channel, and I very much appreciate it. So if you'd like to join the Big Bear Club, you can go down the YouTube description and go to my Ko-Fi link and join it from there. So let's get back to registered programming. So now we're going to start on our CasaOS. I'm going to go to App Store, And then I'm going to search for uptime. And then now we'll go to the BigBearCasaOS version right here. So I'm going to go into it and then now install. You can continue in background and let's do its thing. And now it's up and running. So that dialog does get stuck sometimes, so I'm going to refresh the page and now it's up and running. So there we go. So now I'm going to show you the files. So if you go in the Files app right here, then you go to App Data, BigBear Uptime Kuma. You can check mark these, download, copy, cut, delete, and cancel. You can also go to these horizontal dots, download, copy path, rename, cut, copy, share, and delete. You can go into it and you can see more data from Uptime Kuma. So uploads, the DB. So there you go. That's how to see the files. So now I'm going to show you the container options. So if you go to these vertical dots, you can open into the web UI. You can set some tips here. So this is like a notepad. You can just type something in, press the save button. It'll reload the container and say Uptime Kuma is okay. You can go back into the vertical dots. You can go to tips again. You can see it did save. You can go to settings and change some information down here and then press the save button. You can go to the terminal log. So you can go to the Docker container terminal right here and be straight in it. And then you can see the logs of what's happening. Great for debugging. You can export the Docker Compose here. So then you can check for updates for the current tag. It won't change the tag. You can uninstall, restart, and power off and on. So now I'm going to go to the UI. So you can go through it from here, or you can go through it from here. So I'm going to go through it through there, and then now you can create an admin account. So I'm going to type a username and password in. And then now I'm going to press the create. And you can see it, the password is too weak. So I'm going to okay, now we've created the account, and that was a good feature to have for the weak password. And you can add a monitor, like let's monitor Big Bear Tech World. And then now you can have all kinds of options to customize the monitoring. You can set up notifications, set up proxy. So I'm going to go down here and save. Now you can see it's up and it'll show you a whole history here. You can pause it, you can edit it, you can clone and delete. You can see where it's going to. You can see the response time, the average response, the uptime in 30 days and 24 hours and 30 days. And then certificate expiration date. You can see activity down here of what it's doing. You can have filters to where you can filter things. You can select all, pause and resume. So you can add a new monitor. You can go up to status pages and create a status page and then add the monitor to it. So you can go over here and just do a testing status page. And then you can create an incident up here. You can add a group. So you can add a monitor down here. And then this is great for letting your users know if something's down or up. And you can customize it over here. So I'm going to save. Okay, now I'm going to get out of there. So you can see it did save. For some reason it got stuck. And then you can go back to dashboard. You can go to maintenance right here and you can schedule maintenance to happen. You can go to settings and change the general settings right here. You can change the appearance, the notifications, the reverse proxy. So you can set up Cloudflare tunnels, tags, the monitor history. You can shrink the database. You can clear all statistics, and you can say when the monitor history is kept for 180 days. Set up Docker hosts. security to where you can change your two-factor authentication settings, a disable auth. You can change your password. You can log out. You can get your API keys here, and then you can set up proxy. You can set up backups, but I think this is deprecated. Yep, it is. And then you can see the about and what version you're on. So that's a little bit about Uptime Kuma. So I just went over step by step on getting Uptime Kuma running on CasaOS using BigBearCasaOS, which is a third-party app store. So if you like this tutorial, subscribe, comment, like, and support the channel. And if you have any video suggestions or you need community support, you can go down to the Big Bear community and join our forum. There's a link in the YouTube description. So stay tuned for more.